Hello, everybody. I am Fenny. Yes, this is my Steam profile. We're about to play a game in a sec. So, a couple things before I start playing games. Yes, this is Fenny in a Delphox form. I was proud enough that I drew this, and that I put it on my Steam profile. Because my God, is that cute! I'm definitely gonna do that. I'm definitely gonna draw in a Delphox form more often. But so couple things before I start playing the game, I guess. This is my first time ever recording myself talking in a mic. And this is going to be pretty rough. I'm not going to be a PewDiePie or Markiplier level commentator. In fact, this is probably going to be one of my only times I actually play a game on a. This is probably going to be my only time that I play a game on my YouTube channel. Now, people have been trying to push me to do live streaming, and it's something I've been considering. But if I do live streaming, it'll be something more akin to me live streaming myself doing art. But it's gaming in general. I'll admit it. I am not as passionate about it as I used to be. In fact, if I scroll down, the last time I played a game, I mean, besides PNGTuber Maker, which I will never use these two again for a variety of reasons. For one thing, they're too complicated to use. But the last time I played an actual game was February 9th. And it is, look at the date, April 14th. I've just been so busy with life that I have not had a moment to relax. In fact, I have weekends off with my work, and even my weekends, I can barely think for myself. I can't even think. I just, I brain rot, admittedly, shamefully. I just brain rot, I relax, and I just can't expend the mental energy to play a game. But I had a 3-day weekend for the first time in maybe 45 days. So I'm going to be using this time to play a game and with you guys. I just want to point out that I don't like my voice at all. In fact, this is something that I got bullied over growing up. And I'm an adult now. I should get over childhood trauma and all that shit, but it's one of the things in my childhood that still sticks out to me because people bullied the shit out of me for something I couldn't control, which is my voice. So I don't like it. I, I, but, I did make a community post about it. You guys said you are interested in hearing my voice, and uh, and that's something I'm gonna do. Now, you guys might notice something. I'm a guy. I get the impression a lot of you think I'm a woman, and on one hand, on one hand, I can understand why you think I'm a woman, but on the other hand, I'm not sure how to feel about that either. But I'm probably going to lose subscribers and views over this, but I'm not a woman. My characters are all women. I've never drawn a male character yet. If I get to 10,000 subscribers, I'll introduce Fenny's dad, who will be my first male character. But overall, I am a guy. I apologize if that disappoints any of you. So, we are going to play one of my favorite games of all time, which is called Spelunky 2. Now, as you can tell, I have a PNGTuber icon right over there on the bottom right hand side of my screen. And it took me a minute to figure out how to make a PNGTuber avatar. So with these two, I tried so many times to figure out how they work. And bear in mind, I'm a computer science fucking major. And I can't figure out how these things work. And even with tutorials, I cannot figure out how these two things work. And I'm not trying to talk shit about the people who make this stuff, because I'm probably too obtuse to understand how this stuff works. But I just couldn't figure out how to use them. And the PNGTuber thing I had to use was called, what's it called? VeyaduTube? VitoTube. I'm just going to call it VitoTube. But that's what I was using. But that's what I used, and it took me less than 10 minutes to figure out how to use. So, with all that out of the way, I'm going to play my favorite game of all time, Spelunky 2. Now, it's been 2 months since I've touched this game, so I'm going to be pretty rusty at it. But I have 361 hours in this game. Spelunky 1 is my other favorite game, but I only have 63 hours in it. Now, let's look at my all-time favorite game, which is Half-Life 1. 355 hours in it. And that's not from multiplayer. That's just from playing the campaign. I'll probably beat this campaign. I'll probably beat Half-Life 1's campaign at least maybe 50 times, and at the very most 100 times. It got to a point where I was beating the campaign just casually in like 4 hours. I gotta learn how to stop using filler words like and all that if I'm gonna be using my own voice and stuff. But anyways, without further ado, let's play the game. Now OBS, I think I have to do something right now. It's probably not showing up. I think I have to. Okay, properties, and then my window is gonna be Spelunky 2. I'm still figuring out OBS. This is my very first day of using OBS. So, properties. Hang on. Try not to cut some stuff out apparently. Okay, game capture. Okay. Mode. Capture specific window. Window. Spelunky 2. Okay. You see, okay, there we go. You see, this is my first time using OBS. But, hang on, my VTuber thing is gone. But I think I can do it. There we go, okay. So it works like, so OBS apparently works like an office program, where you have layers of stuff. Okay, that's what I'm learning. This is the full learning lesson for this channel. So, let's look at my achievements. How do I act? Steam's overlay has changed so much since the last time I played a game. I have to figure out how this achievements. Okay. So, how many achievements do I have left? Okay. The first Spelunky, that's to get all the other achievements. Millionaire, I have to get $1 million. Arena Champion. I swear to God I should have this achievement already, but I guess I didn't do it right. Win a first to 5 deathmatch against 3 bots using default rule set. Okay. And track show, that's completing the tutorial in less than 30 seconds. Which is easier said than done. You just have to use some strats. But today I'm going to attempt the millionaire. And this is only going to be a 10-minute playthrough. So I don't think I'm going to do it. Okay, so. My favorite character in Spelunky 2 is... She's so cute though. That's why I love her. Okay. Like, look at this character. So, this isn't going to be a tutorial on how to play Spelunky 2. There are better people out there who can teach you how to play this game. But this is such a cute character. She's a robot with a cute little face, and it's just perfect. And look, there's still people around. When it comes to major stuff, try to turn down the volume. When it comes to major stuff, I'm gonna explain what I'm doing, but this isn't gonna be a full in-depth sort of thing. I think that's perfect. Okay. So, millionaire run. What does that mean? Basically, I have to reach $1 million. I got the hardest achievement in this game, which is what's it called? A low score run. That means you beat the game without earning any money. And in Spelunky 2 and even Spelunky 1, that's hard as shit. But I've watched so many live streamers and other people play this game that I got the general stats down, but the thing with playing a game is it's not a spectator sport. You actually have to do it too. Now, there's this mechanic in Spelunky 2 called ghosting. So, after 3 minutes, I don't think it's working with the idol. After 3 minutes, a ghost, and the ghost comes because you took too long to play the level. And if you get touched by the ghost, you instantly die. This shop sucks, by the way. Normally I would reset, but I can't be bothered to. But the ghost comes, and what the ghost can do is, you see that, what's that called, a ruby? Yeah, ruby. If a ghost touches a ruby or a sapphire, which is this blue gem, or a sapphire, which is a blue gem, but it's not on screen, I don't think, it turns it into a diamond, which their minimum is $5,000. And that's the strat I'm going to be using today. So, yeah, so that's what I'm going to be doing with this session. Now, I could have died right there. I am so rusty at this game. I was trying to front rip that arrow. But you can rip arrow traps with your whip. But I apparently shouldn't be doing that. You know? So this is a decent shop. I'm going to be robbing it. I'm not going to kill the shopkeeper because I want to get forgiveness. But anyways, right now, this is what I'm going to be doing. I have okay, so this key. I guess I should explain what this key is doing. So, there's an item called the Ujat Eye, which is inaccessible right now, it seems. When you get the Ujat Eye, you can see gems and whatnot, and items in the quest. And it makes millionaire runs a lot easier, but I can't be bothered to look for the Uganai because it seems to be inaccessible. And this is a ghost jump. If you break it, the ghost comes. And you don't want that to happen. Come on, throw back. And I have proof that throwback is trivial. I guess I'll go down the jungle. So, I made a post. Hang on, there's a shopkeeper underneath. So, I should probably aggro him. Well, okay. Okay, there we go. I should be getting forgiveness from the shopkeepers now. There we go. So, I made a post recently about Benny's Delphox mom at a bar. And in the comment section, I pointed out that it's possible I might be homeless. So, it might not happen. I hope it doesn't happen for all these sheep. But that's a long story. So last January, I lost my house in a house fire, and it made me homeless for a good month and a half, right? And my character is so happy while I'm talking about this. I need to upgrade the PNGTuber thing to have sad faces and whatnot, and panicky faces. But this is she's so cute. She's happy while I'm talking about me being homeless. But so I was homeless for a bit last year. At least a month and a half, but not 2 months. Living in a hotel. And this is going to take a lot to unpack me mentally. Because it's just a lot of shit that was happening last January and February. Basically, I was living in a hotel, as I said 4 times already. And I was working a very shitty job that was paying me $250 and $350. So my financial situation wasn't good at the time. The only good financial situation I had to speak of, was the fact that I had a good credit score, and I had a good credit card that I could put $5,000 worth of credit on it. And that was what I was putting my hotel stays on. Because it was either that or live behind a dumpster. And insurance was going to reimburse me, but I had to pay this shit out of pocket right away. Because this is going to come up later in a bit. But insurance is basically insurance, of course, was going to reimburse me. And a month and a half at a hotel costed me nearly $4,000. Keep in mind, my credit limit with my credit card was $5,000. And I tried to pay out of pocket when I could. But each night was $150. And we're talking about a shitty ass motel. Right? So, more than half my paycheck would go towards a hotel, one night at a hotel. Is he gonna see me? You don't want that guy to fuck with you. But half my paycheck is gonna go towards a room at the hotel. And for one night. So, okay, so I basically had to put everything on my credit card. Yeah, but guess what? What was happening on my job? I was working out of fucking ruts. I don't know if you have a Ralph's where you live at in the U.S. Apparently, every time I speak to a fellow American who lives across the country, they don't know what it is. So I guess it's a California thing. But Ralph's took 3 weeks worth of shifts off my schedule. So not only was I not making any money, I was spending thousands of dollars in credit because they took probably $1,500 worth of shifts off my schedule, and and that was not a happy moment for me. Nowadays, I'm in a better financial spot. I have better sources of income, thankfully, but for the first 30 to 45 days of this whole endeavor that I was on, I was just kind of fucked. I didn't have a car. I don't have anything like that. And I was a very sad person. So so how that relates to current events is so my insurance's adjuster is the most worthless fucking person out there. If you send an email to her, it goes to the fucking void. And so it goes to the fucking void. If she responded, that would be different. I'm going for a millionaire, by the way, and I made $0 on this level. But she's the one who's basically paying for everything. Not out of her pocket, of course, but through insurance and all that. And she is just ignoring all of our emails. And she's even ignoring the emails of the contractors who are rebuilding the house that I live in. It's not my house, it's my mom's house. But I live there. So I could call it my house, but you get my point. I'm helping my mom out with all this shit too. Getting insurance, all of it. So contractors are emailing me saying shit like, your adjuster isn't responding. Can you get a hold of her? Well, I can't. I fucking can't. Because she doesn't respond to me either. And it's just, and then, what the contractors are doing, they didn't take until October. We're talking about a fire that happened in January. And then they didn't start rebuilding the house until October. So there was a 10-month gap where my house was just a fucking burned up shell, and when they started rebuilding shit in October of 2024. So they did shit for about 5 or 6 weeks, but then they stopped because insurance wasn't paying them. And they're like, we're not going to be working for free, which is understandable, right? I understand that. I'm not talking shit about the contract. They are working for money. They want to get paid, but insurance isn't fucking paying them. And then they try to contact the fucking adjuster, but she is so fucking worthless at her job that she doesn't fucking respond. And I'm so tempted and then to call her out by name, but that's just a petty and childish thing to do. That's just my emotional side of my brain working. I died, by the way. I would be a good Let's Player if I could just get out. But she just ignored the contractors, and the contractors stopped reconstructing the house for a month, and then they stopped doing shit again for another 2 weeks, and then they stopped. and then they do shift it again for 2 weeks, and then they stop, they stop and go, they stop and go. So now we're at the present moment. We're in 2025. The landlord of the place we're living at is planning on selling this place, and I don't have much time. They were gracious enough to uh, extend our lease for another month. But after that, it's like we don't really have another place to fucking go. I do apologize for my language. I'm sure this isn't something YouTube will like, but whatever. But they extended our lease for another month. Our landlord is surprisingly cool. I get the impression that a lot of this shit ain't his fault. But we're selling this place, we don't have another place to go. And the house is only halfway done with being built, the things we built, and there is no way that they're gonna. We have another month and a half before whatever the fuck happens, and there's no way they're gonna be. I died. There's no way they're gonna finish the rest of the house in the next month and a half. I don't have faith. I really don't have faith in any of this fucking shit. Now, my mindset in life is don't blame other people for your own failures. And I try to live by that philosophy, but insurance, man, I'm just gonna kill myself with one health on 1-1. But insurance, man, has just made getting back into my own house a fucking nightmare. Just a bureaucratic nightmare. Because you'd think that they'd want to be done with this shit as soon as possible. But, you know, I don't work in insurance. And it's just... It is just a whole nightmare to deal with all this shit. So, yeah. I don't have faith in anything right now. But, but you know, life goes on. I can't be emotional about this sort of stuff. You can't get into emotion when it comes to this type of stress. Because the worst thing you can do is give into emotion. Because what's being angry or upset or sad going to do anything about this stuff? Yes, it's okay to be sad about it. It's okay to be upset. But you also need to think about it as logically as possible. What's it really going to do? You know, you got to think about this shit logically. Like, what can you do right now to fix what you're going through? That's the mindset I try to. Admittedly, I have my weak moments. I give into emotion, but you really should, because it's just going to be counterproductive, right? And at the end of the day, as I said, whether or not I go homeless or I fucking die, life moves on. People move on with their lives. And it's just gonna be, that's just like, nobody gives a fuck about your problems as much as you give a fuck about your problems. As shitty and callous as that sounds, that's just a fucking stuff. Yes, people do care about you, but there's this expectation that you should, you know, get your shit together too, with your own effort. And I'm not trying to sound like an alpha fucking male influencer or whatever. That was fall damage. I can't believe it. So, yeah, that's just been what's been going on with my life. I haven't really been paying attention to the game. I've been so kind of, I've been pretty damn focused on telling you guys my life story and all that stuff. It's not like, as I said, I'm not gonna do gameplay videos often if ever, because I guess it's something I need to practice on. I think you chipped on the, well, I'm getting, it's such a new point. But I am, whenever I record myself doing stuff, look at that little happy face there. I digress. I'm sorry. I just love my art sometimes. I'm not trying to sound egotistical, but God, I draw cute stuff. And that's really the thing that's been helping me cope. Drawing cute artwork of my characters. Because people love what I do somehow. I don't really understand what is appealing to my videos. Because they take the bare minimum of video editing skills. And I'm not a real animator. But yeah, whenever I record myself doing stuff, I'm just gonna be drawing pictures. And I'm gonna probably vent about life and all that stuff. I don't want to talk about politics. Politics is such a divisive thing to talk about. But I'm gonna be drawing pictures, talking about random shit. And I'm not gonna teach you guys how to do art. I mean, I'm sure an art theorist will look at my artwork and puke. I do my best to apply art theory. But I've only been doing art for a couple of years, and I didn't formally study it. I'm fully self-taught. And I hope you guys like what I will be doing, you know? I think you guys will like it. Now, with RPG Maker, those will be more story-based. It's gonna be like a PNGTuber style sort of thing, but I want to put my own flair to it, too. I think you guys will like what I have. And really, what I'm doing is just practicing, I guess. I kept on pushing off making a video because I've just been so busy with life that I worked almost. That was bullshit, by the way. But the lizard hit him, and the shopkeeper reacted, and then he shot at me, and he was trying to shoot at the lizard. But still, that was a Spelunky moment. So, yeah, that's what I have in store with the channel. Rest assured, I'm not going to stop doing what I've been doing. But maybe I'm not going to stop. That's what I'm trying to say. If you guys subscribe to my channel, what I've been doing, it will not stop. I will be doing other stuff, but bear in mind, I'm just one artist, and I do my best with the energy and motivation that I have. When I finish, I drive for work 7 or 8 hours a day. It's my whole shift. And it's just a battle, basically. Like, I basically have to push myself to make a video with extremely low energy. So, I'm just, that's pretty much all I have to say about my life right now. The one time a parachute looked in my favor. Oh. Well, but yeah, that's all I have to say about all that stuff. I, of course, failed to get the millionaire achievement, but I was kind of focused on apparently getting my life story out there. And I'm also rusty at this game. I want to point out, this computer's pretty old, so I'm not sure how good the gameplay footage is going to be. I hope it's going to be good. This isn't a bad computer, but I definitely need to get a new computer at some point. And after paying my taxes and getting my car registration done, I'm definitely going to be doing that. I probably lost 90% of my audience in the first minute because I'm not. I am probably not that fun of a person to watch. But however this video comes out is how it fucking comes out. I'm going to be publishing it right now. I hope you guys have a good day. This is not as hard as I thought it was going to be. I look forward to, well, I guess doing this stuff more. Not the gaming footage, but the recording myself doing art and all that. I may do live streams. I may or may not do live streams. That depends on a variety of factors. For one thing, I guess it depends on how much you guys want me to do it. It's also not something I'm super passionate about. And look at that cute little face, that cute little fan face. She's so cute, and she's basically just been having this happy face while control. Basically, she was having this happy little face while I was trauma dumping on you guys. It's so fucking cute. And yeah, I have a potty mouth. I'm sorry. But I will see you guys around. Thank you for watching. If you made it this far, see ya.